Hey guys, Hoodie Hooge back another YouTube video, and today we're looking at my playoff predictions and we're reviewing them. I mean, first look, man, I'd say I did pretty good. I got the Super Bowl right, except the outcome I got wrong. And there was a lot of like little kind of things that I predicted, like if something happened, then something would happen. Like for example, if Jared Goff played, the Rams would beat the Seahawks and I just didn't know at that time what was gonna happen. So I'm just gonna be like kind of grading myself, see how I did. Yeah, let's get it started. I'm gonna start with the AFC Browns versus Steelers. Holy shit, man, I screwed that one up. That's probably my worst pick. Um, I had a hunch that the Browns would win, but I was like, yo, why would the Steelers lose, bro? I mean, like they won 11 games straight, even though they were against shit teams. But like they're still good, and I thought they had the Browns number. I mean, there was like a stat where they hadn't lost at their home stadium to the Browns in 17 years, and they lost in the playoffs. And like I thought the pass rush was gonna get to the Browns. I thought it was gonna disrupt their game, but it didn't at all. They just went down early, and when they went down early, uh, Baker Mayfield kept playing well. Chubb kept running the ball. Their running backs were lethal, and they just won, man. I wasn't too surprised about that though, but I did make a good pick here. All right, Bills and Colts. This was probably one of my best games because this is kind of like I called it perfectly. I was saying, yo, don't be surprised if the Colts keep it really close or potentially can do an insult because I don't know. I mean, it was the Bills' first playoff win. Like they look kind of a little bad. They're making a lot of mistakes with penalties and stuff and other stuff like that. And they just didn't look dominant like they did in the regular season, which I kind of called because the Colts defense is so good. Well their D line is really good. So yeah. And then Titans Ravens. This one was like I said it was 50-50. I went with the Titans because like I thought Derrick Henry would do good and he was terrible. I mean, like I kind of expected the the Ravens to put 9 in the box and just like cuz that's what they were doing. They were literally putting like 8 9 defenders in the box, safeties in the box, both of them. All their linebackers at the line and they were putting two corners on the outside and the Titans receivers could not get open because Corey Davis wasn't playing and AJ Brown was not able to get any space against Marlon Humphrey or Marcus Peters. Like dude, they just put the clamps on. Ryan Tannehill couldn't throw the ball, and then that soft ass Titans defense couldn't do shit. So that's why they lost. I mean, they was like they 20-13. It was a Ravens. Like I don't even think Lamar Jackson even played that well. I mean, he showed that he could like he kind of threw the ball like okay. He was running the ball pretty well, but like he wasn't that good. I mean, he only put up 20 points. I mean, his stats were 160 rushing yards, I think, which is kind of what he does. It's pretty good, but I, at this point, I'm probably gonna be labeled a Lamar Jackson hater. Maybe, maybe you could probably call me that honestly, but like I don't I think people were overrating his performance and like kind of showing the next game they played that it doesn't work with their Greg Roman uh, offensive play style of the Ravens is. All right, NFC wildcard round. Start at the bottom. Bucks football team called that perfectly. We all knew it was coming. Taylor Heineke, man, he put up a show. It was a fun game. I was surprised it was actually a good game. I thought it was gonna be boring as hell, but that was fun. It was a good game. I mean, it was better than well, let's say the Bears and the Saints, which y'all know is gonna be trash, and then the Browns versus Steelers was kind of boring. But overall, the wild card games were good, and Taylor Heineke made that kind of fun to watch. And but Tom Brady still took care of business. Uh, yeah, I mean, like I didn't expect anything else, honestly. Same with the Bears and the Saints. Like the Bears super outmatched, didn't even deserve to be in the playoffs. They were 8-8. They made the playoffs off a loss from the Cardinals. They didn't deserve to be there. They're gonna get smacked either way. Hey, shout out to MVP winner though, Mitch Trubisky. I mean, uh, I don't know if the Bears will roll with them next year. Let's see. I don't think they should because they keep running the same team back every year and it never works. So it hasn't worked since 2018, I think it was. And like they just gotta get a change, man. I think I don't remember. I don't remember if they hired if they fired. No, they didn't fire Nagy. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. The rumors right now is that they might get Carson Wentz, which would be interesting. I think if I think if when you get Carson Wentz, you got to give him receivers too, though, because Allen Robinson is probably gonna leave. Mooney's pretty good. Mooney's underrated, and Anthony Miller's all right. Anthony Miller's a good slot receiver. They just got to get another number one guy and possibly another talented receiver. Just open their offense up, and then they got to get an offensive line. And then so Rams, Seahawks. Uh, I called it kind of. I said I said if Goff played, then the Rams would win. But Wolford got the start, and then he got hurt. So I was right about Wolford starting. I was right about if Goff played, they would have won, and they did win. And holy shit, man, that offense! What happened, bro? Like throughout the playoffs, I kind of noticed a trend where where one player, specifically the quarterback, just tries to do too much, take over the game, and they can't. They needed help, and they were like, all right, screw the help. I'm gonna do this all by myself. I'm gonna try and make God plays. Like that's what Russell Wilson did. Russell Wilson, he's got a problem. There's rumors about him leaving Seattle because of his offensive line. Actually, I saw somewhere that their offensive line was ranked 9 in pass blocking. It's not the offensive line. For the game I watched, the problem wasn't the offensive line. You're going against the best D line in the league. You're going against the best player. You can argue best defensive player in the NFL. You're going to have to face pressure. You can't hold the ball for 10 to 15 seconds. No quarterback is going to do that and like succeed. I mean, he could do that earlier in his career when he was more athletic, but you can kind of see that's gone now. And he relies too much on the deep throw. He doesn't take those intermediate short routes. Uh, the whole play, the whole offense was designed off getting deep throws. The good thing they fired Schottenheimer because they needed a new offense. They need something more creative rather than just four verts every play, which feels like what they're doing. So yeah, that offense looked horrendous in that game. All right, now if we're talking divisional round, it was not the Steelers and Bills. It was the Ravens and Bills. I mean, I couldn't really call this one because my both my brackets were messed up. But before the game, I said, "Ain't no way the Ravens winning this game." I mean, that dude so much anticipation, man, and then we just get that the wild card round was super fun to watch. Like you got 4 or 5 good games, and then the divisional round you get a boring matchup between the Bills and the Ravens. You get a boring matchup between the Saints and the Bucks. I didn't. You could some people might see it fun, but I didn't think it was fun. And then you got the Packers and Rams was all right, but the Chiefs and Browns is pretty good. But this one, dude, this had so much anticipation, man. Two young quarterbacks. And they put up a combined two really good offenses. Well, they would say, and they put up a combined 20 points. I mean, come on. Like there was one offensive touchdown in the game. One was a pick six. I mean, that was a think about what happened there. If he didn't throw the pick six, Lamar could have been a completely different game. And then he got hurt. Tyler Huntley came in. Wasn't that fun after that? So I just didn't think the Ravens. They need to change. They can't win like this. They gotta get Lamar some weapons and then see what he is like throwing the football because with real weapons, like we haven't seen it yet. He could be hiding some throwing ability that we don't know about. And then Titans Chiefs, it was Chiefs Browns instead. I mean, I picked the Chiefs obviously because I have the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, so I thought they're the best team. Uh, like I thought they might have lost after Mahomes got injured, and then there was a lot of controversy in that game with the helmet to helmet call, a lot of missed calls, but I don't think so. I mean, it's a rule that the ball if it goes out the end zone, it's a fumble. Yeah, that's a rule. You can't get around it. The helmet to helmet, it was a helmet to helmet, but I mean, they still. You got your best player in the NFL injured. I don't care if you miss one call and one touchdown, bro. Once you got Chad Henne in the game, you gotta win that, especially if you're in the playoffs. That's why I don't think, if Patrick Mahomes was still playing and it was a one-score game, I would say yeah, the refs robbed him. But if Chad Henne's there, come on, man, you still gotta win that game. I don't care if the refs robbed you one score. You gotta go down there and score. And hey, look, I was surprised by Baker Mayfield. Like he played pretty well, I thought. Like he was making some pretty like tight throws. Yeah, I was just like I was kind of impressed. I mean, maybe for me before the year, I viewed him as like I thought he was garbage. Like I thought he was 20 to 32 quarterbacks top in the NFL. Now I think he might be top 10. People aren't ready for that conversation yet, but he might be top 10 on my list. NFC, I got there were the Rams and the Packers. I picked the Packers here because, well, they are the one seed, and even though they're playing one of the best, I think it was number one ranked defense, it was just like they always look like good in the NFC divisional round. Like they won the game. Jared Goff still had a broken finger, and maybe they would have lost if he had a healthy finger. I don't know. Uh, that was kind of a weird game, honestly, because like the Rams, they ran the ball like kind of well, but it wasn't like that well. The Packers kind of stepped up, and that's why they won. And then Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers, and Devontae Adams was nice. They were just kind of moving him around so he didn't have to go one on one against Jalen Ramsey, which is what they do all the time. So yeah, they won that game. And then the other game would have been was Saints versus Bucks. And you can see I got that game in the NFC Championship, and I called the Bucks to win. It's just the Saints, bro. I think like since we all love Drew Brees so much, like we all like Drew Brees. Like you can't really like not like the guy. Sad to see him probably retire this year. It's hard to say to come to the harsh reality that it the problem is him. 'Cause dude, like you got such a stacked roster. Kamara, I mean Michael Thomas too. Also, he wasn't healthy, so you can't really blame that against him. But dude, you still got Emmanuel Sanders, who's a really good receiver. Uh, you got Kamara, you got Sanders, you got weapons, you got Traquan Smith is kind of good. Um, yeah, and then like your defense is like top five. I mean, like you got Trey Hendrickson and Cam Jordan, like a really solid D line, and then you got good linebackers and Demario Davis and well, they didn't have Quan Alexander for that game, and then you got safeties and corners that are good, Marcus Williams and Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, there really shouldn't been a reason why they would lose. But then you see Drew Brees throwing, I think it was three picks and then another turnover. Oh yeah, Jared Cook had a fumble. It was just the mistakes that lost them the game. That was kind of the theme in the whole playoffs. The team that made less mistakes won. It wasn't really about the team who was more overall more talented. It was just a team who made less mistakes, and the Bucks did that, and they won. And then now AFC Championship, Chiefs and Bills. I got that right, and I called the Chiefs, which was also right. Like I was saying before the playoffs started, yo, people are just dick riding the Bills too hard. They're not that good. I mean, like they looked really well. They are good. Let me say that, but they're not better than the Chiefs, man. I mean, that's a healthy Chiefs team, and I see like looking back at the Super Bowl, I think a healthy Chiefs team would have beaten the Bucks. Uh, if you run that Super Bowl back next week, 2 weeks from now, if you got Schwartz and Fisher back, I think Chiefs win that game. So people who are saying Bills, like, dude, they're good. I mean, they're a really good team, but they just got their asses kicked. Cause like, dude, they still can't run the football, and they're too predictable. And they were looking high flying, but like, people were just sleeping on the Chiefs. I don't know why. Because oh, they don't look that good. They're winning by a few points, bro. They're just toying with everyone. They ain't even trying, and they went 15-1. Call it because that 14 that last game don't count. So why would you think the Chiefs would lose that? A fully stacked Chiefs team, bro. You saw what they did. They just ripped them to shreds. And now the NFC Championship, Bucks Packers. Again, I called this one right. Uh, I mean, I kind of saw it coming. I saw Tom Brady go into the frozen tundra and just winning. I mean, mistakes for the mistakes of Kevin King. That was a lot of mistakes, and you could blame it on the refs. But come on, we know that they didn't lose because of the refs. They played like shit. Okay, they didn't lose because of the refs. They got one call, and I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers would have been clutch enough. Like, yo, dude, you get 3 picks. I don't care if you're on your own 20-yard line. You got 3 drives, and they did nothing. You didn't move. They got 2 3-and-outs and 3 points. When the game is on the line, you gotta come up clutch, and that's what makes Tom Brady the GOAT. Cause when the game is on the line, he's the best player like of all time, and he's got 7 rings now because of that. Because he performs in the clutch. Always. He's the clutchest player I've ever seen in sports. I mean, maybe Michael Jordan, but still. Like that's why he's the GOAT. And I don't want to I don't entertain the fact of Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, or even I'm a Niners fan, Joe Montana is not the GOAT. It's Tom Brady. So yeah, I mean, they just took care of business there. I called it. Maybe it was in the divisional round, the Packers would have won because of the NFC Championship curse that they have. I mean, come on, like at some point you gotta just get over that hump, dude. You got a super stacked team. I don't want to hear no bullshit about Aaron Rodgers not having weapons. You got the best wide receiver in on your team. You got a top 2 offensive line, I'd say, after the Browns. Dude, like you got weapons. I mean, yeah, you don't have a bona fide number 2 wide receiver, but you still have Lazard, who's pretty good, and MVS, who's kind of a deep threat, who's all right. Like you got to win that game, man. And you got Aaron Jones, solid ass running back, and Jamal Williams, and the rookie, I forgot his name. Shit. What's that dude's name? Yeah, the rookie AJ Dillon too. I mean, you gotta win that game. I like. Pretty sure Bakhtiari didn't play. That's why they got a lot of pressure. But it's Aaron Rodgers. You got a chance. You gotta do it. That's what makes you the GOAT. Brady did, you didn't. So that's why they lost. And then Super Bowl, even though I'm gonna be honest, even though I knew that Schwartz and Fisher were out, I still picked the Chiefs. I thought I thought like Patrick Mahomes would be able to overcome that. I thought he'd get the ball out fast, but let me just say, dude, congrats to like Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles, man. I was impressed. Yo, that game plan like that they drew up, that was insane. They knew exactly what the Chiefs wanted to do. They literally combated every move perfectly. Yeah, they got a couple help from a few calls, but like if you a Chiefs fan, I don't want to hear no bullshit about no damn. Oh, the refs screwed us over. Go watch the film on last year's Super Bowl, and you'll see what rad refing really is. Okay, Okay, just ignore the fact that I'm a Niners fan. Watch it from an unbiased point of view, and you will see that you won the game off the refs, okay? So don't complain about the refs if you lose this year. That's what karma does. It bites your ass. So they lost. They really had no shot of winning once I saw what was happening with that O line. That defense got carved up by the run, play action, Tom Brady to Gronk, man. They just had no chance. And the Bucks showed that they were the better team. They made less mistakes. Tom Brady played well. I mean, I probably would have given the MVP to Gronk, honestly, but like it's Brady. It's kind of story, 7 rings. That's insane. So yeah, I mean the Bucks. I expected them to get there. I didn't expect them to win the whole thing, and that was one of the best playoff runs we've seen. I mean, like it's been a while since a wild card team has made the Super Bowl. I think the last one was the Ravens who won the Super Bowl when they beat the 49ers. Yeah, that was one of the it's crazy playoff run. Overall, wild card round, hella fun, man. I like that. Divisional round, kind of boring. Championship round, Bucks Packers game was good. Chiefs Chiefs Bills was boring again. The Super Bowl was also boring. The playoffs was solid. I definitely enjoyed 6 games on wild card weekend, but now it's over. We gotta wait till September for more football. It's gonna be a long wait. Uh, I can come out with some more content like after season reviews, mock drafts, team cap salary, what they should do, some debates. I can do that stuff. I'm probably gonna do it over the summer and stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And that's all for this video. So thanks for watching and Hoodie Hooge out. Peace.